I've had some questions on how to make the actual strip of paper that you start out with on a hexaflexagon. So here we go. The width of a straight edge that you use, you need 10 triangles. So however wide this is, you're going to need to measure across your piece of paper and make sure that you have 10 of those widths. Another thing to watch out for is that you don't start off with paper that is wider at one end than the other. So for example, if I cut this strip of paper, it's obviously narrower at this end and wider at this end. And by the time I get to the end of that, I'm going to have a triangle that's very skinny and a triangle that's really fat, and these will not flex into each other. So it's very, very important when you start out that your paper is not like this. If I start trying to do this and make a hexaflexagon out of this paper that is not uniform width, you're going to see very quickly that this turns into something that would never flex. So there's one triangle, there's two triangles, there's three triangles, there's four triangles, and I can't even match it up here anymore. It doesn't even fit with the edges of the triangles that I'm trying to match with. So you can see how quickly this turns into a disaster. You just cannot get another equilateral triangle out of this. Here I am, I only have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 triangles, and by this one you can already see that these edges aren't going to match up. So you need to start out with paper that is uniformly wide. So I take this again, and I have a straight edge right here. And then you can just match it up with the edge of your paper. Draw a line. And then cut it. At this point, this is the hardest part, getting that 30, 60, 90 triangle, because again, this is a right angle, 90 degrees, this is going to be 30 degrees, and this is going to be 60, which is going to form your base angle for every one of these folds afterwards. So this needs to be 60, this needs to be 60, this needs to be 60, and so this angle right here is very important. If you're folding your first triangle and it's too skinny, like that, then all your triangles afterwards are going to have an angle that just doesn't work. If I try to match this edge to make it a triangle, it's going to look something like that, or something weird like this, that's not even going to be an equilateral triangle. It's going to be more of like a weird right triangle. So it's very important to get the idea of what that 30, 60, 90 triangle is going to look like. And then the first fold that you make, you're going up to that edge, and you want to be very, very careful that you're matching it directly up with that paper. Get that crease really good right there. Match it up just right so there's no overlap, and then sharpen it with your nails. Flip it over, do the same thing. Take this edge, fold it up, and then you can turn around and make sure, did I really get it up against that paper? Here we go. And am I really getting it crisp right on this angle? And am I really matching it up with that right there on the edge of that triangle? Then the same thing. Going back there, and you're looking, okay, did I get it just right here on that interior angle that's being folded? Am I lining it up just right here? on that edge of the paper? Am I lining it up just right here on the edge of this triangle? And then when you're satisfied with it, go ahead and crease it. Then we're doing the next thing. This does take a little bit of time. It's a little bit of slow work, but if you do this part right, then your finished product will be really good. And if you just kind of like go through it really fast and just like, well, it's good enough, it's probably not good enough. Let's see how many I have so far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, I'm only halfway there. Once you've watched this video once, you should play it at double speed. Then again, I'm matching it up like that. Getting it just right each one of these times. Then matching it again like that. And doing the same over here. And when you get good at this, you can actually, you don't need art paper, you can just use any scrap of paper that you find and just eyeball it that you have the actual right width all the way down, and that you have enough paper that you will actually be able to get 10 triangles out of it. So let's see, am I anywhere near? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ah, one more. Almost. There we go. And there's 10. So I'm cutting that one off. Okay, and 1, 2, 3. And I'm just remembering that I forgot my glue stick. But this is when you go ahead and fold it up, and then you fold it up, and then you tuck it under, and then you glue it right there. And these should match up just right. And then when you start flexing them, again, these ones with the holes in them are going to be up, and they will come, oops, sorry. These ones with the holes in them, what did I do wrong? Let's try it again. 2, 4 up, 1, 2, 3, 4 up, 1, 2, 3, 4, a hole in there, and a hole in there, and that should be the hole in there. There we go. That's what you do. Ta-da! And then that gets glued. You flex it with that up, and then it opens. There we go. And then we flex it up, and then we flex it up. Okay. And I hope that was helpful to some of you who are having a little bit of difficulty getting that paper right at the beginning. Okay.